Welcome back once again. In this video, we are going to build this quiz activity where you can actually play the game. Trust me, you are going to learn lot of new things. You can see we have a progress bar and here a timer also. But before moving forward, let me show you something. As you can see, 94% of people who watched my video haven't subscribed, and if you are among those, please subscribe my channel because it keeps me motivated to make new videos. And also we are very close to 700 subscribers, so please subscribe for free. Now let's move to our project. First we will create an activity for quiz, so let's do it quickly. Okay, it's done. Now we have to build the UI. I spent lots of time to build as good as possible. I will copy and paste the code from GitHub. I suggest you to build yourself and then take help. This way your progress will be better. But if you want, then it's okay to directly copy paste. Done with copy paste. Now we have errors to solve. Let's remove one by one. These errors occurred because those files are missing. Let's add those missing files. I guess we have resolved all the errors. Previously we created a quiz question data class and now we need to make it serializable because we have to pass list of this data class from one activity to another. Now let's open quiz class and make some changes. Let's remove this interface because we don't need it anymore. When we get questions successfully by calling this method, then we want to start quiz activity and send questions to the quiz activity. For that, we first create an intent and then we put extra in it. Here we are getting an error because question list is of type list, but we have to pass array list. So let's convert list to array list, which is very simple. And now there is no error. Finally, we can start new activity. Let's call that function when we click on any item of recycler view. Let's pass 10 number of questions, and for category let's pass id, and rest should be null so that it will be random. All set. Let's move to quiz activity, and first we implement view binding. Now let's receive question list which we passed from main activity. Now we have list of questions. Then let's make a method which will display the question on the activity. We need a position to access questions one by one. After setting of questions, let's create a method which will display the options. Here we have created a variable for the correct answer which is of type a string, and a variable for option list which is of type list of strings. Here we have separate correct answer and list of incorrect answers. So I want to create a method which will return list with correct answer and incorrect options, and they are randomized. Let's quickly create this method. And obviously we need to pass correct answer and the list of incorrect options so that we can mix them in a list and then create a random list. First we add correct answer to this list, and then we add one by one all the incorrect answers from the list. And finally, we will shuffle the list so that all the options in the list get randomized. And finally, I want this function to return correct answer as well as the shuffled option list. Pair is a good option if we want to return two values. And now we can display the options on the text view for the options we have created in the UI of this activity. Make sure to change the values during the copy paste. Currently we display only two options, then we check if question type is of multiple. If question is of multiple type, then we first make third and fourth option text view visible, then we display third and fourth options there. And don't forget to make changes after copy and paste. What if question is not of multiple type? Then it is of type boolean. That means we only have two options. That's why we need to hide last two options in this case. We have a next button in quiz activity. Let's add functionality to it. For that, we create a method called onNext. First, we check if position is less than the size of the question list. Then we increase position by 1 and then display the question and option also. Now it's time to test our application. Something is fishy here. Questions and options are in something of different code format, so we need to find the solution how to correct it. In order to find solution, I gave ChatGPT the question and asked why this string not normal and how can I fix it. It says this string is HTML encoded and gives some methods to fix fix to original string. So let's implement it in our project. First, we create a method which takes HTML encoded a string and return normal string. Let's use this method to fix our problem. Now it's time to test our application. So let's see. And all set. We have removed our problem. This position variable is complaining about something. It says let's make it private. Now we are going to code timer, then we will code for progress bar. We have used timer lots of time in our previous projects, so it will be easy here to code. First we created an object for countdown timer. Now let's write a function to start the timer. First we set the max value of countdown timer progress bar to 20, and its progress should also be 20 because we are going to decrease per second. First value we need to pass here for how long countdown timer will run, and second value is how long one tick. These values are in milliseconds. For each tick, which is of 1 second interval, we decrease the progress of circular progress bar and display the remaining time in timer text view. Since it is in millisecond, so first we convert it in second by dividing by 1000 and then convert it into a string. Now we want to start timer when quiz activity starts or when we click on next button. Let's set the text for our progress bar, which will indicate the position of question. When we click on next button, first we need to cancel the timer. When we click on next button, we also need to increase the progress. In the end, we will start the timer. And I am forgetting to add maximum value for the progress bar, which will display the question position. It's the time to test our application, and we can see timer is working fine. Let's see, and progress bar is also working good. Now we have to write code for options selection and making decision whether selected option is correct or not. Then change the option button color according to that. First, we will create an object for on-click listener. It will return the view which we click on, and we only want to take action when allowed. First, we have to stop the timer, then we select an option, then we change the color of background of that button. Let's create a variable for the color. By this way, we can create an object of a drawable file. I guess red background for button is not available in drawable, so we have to create one. Let's do it quickly. Done with red button. At last, we have to show the correct answer. Let's create a method to show correct answer. Let's write code for show correct answer method. Let's create an object for blue background color which will represent correct answer. Here also we have to create blue color background. Now we check which button holds the correct answer and change its background color to blue. Let's also create a method which will reset the background colors of buttons. Now we have to make some changes in our next method. First we will change allow plane to true, and we also need to reset the background color. Let's add on click listener to the buttons. I forgot it earlier. We also need to calculate a score based on our selection. So let's make a function named set a score, and here we will pass the view as a button. We will check if the selected button is correct or not, and if it is correct, then we will set the score. We are going to assign a score based on three parameters. First, what is the type of the question? Second, what is the difficulty level of the question, that is easy, medium or hard? And lastly, how fast you solved the question or how fast you selected the option. If it's boolean, then we assign 0.5 marks, and if it is multiple choice we will assign 1 marks. Out of 20, we calculate the fraction of time remaining and assign it to a score 2. Now for the third score, it will be decided by the difficulty level of the question. Finally, we will return the sum of all three scores. When it's time up, we need to show the correct answer as well as stop the playing option. Now it's time to test our application. Let's see. And yes, it is working. If we click on wrong option, it will be red and the correct answer will be shown. And if we click on correct answer, it only shows blue. Let's wait for 20 seconds and see what will happen on time's up. Okay, we out of time, only correct answer will be shown. In next video, we are going to build a result activity which will display the result. But before that, we need to prepare some data so that we can send it to result activity. Let's prepare that data. So these are the data we need to pass from quiz activity to result activity, and we need to make it serializable. All we need to do is to make a object for result model and add it to a list, and that list need to be passed to result activity. That's it for this video. If you learned something new, please like this video and subscribe my channel if you haven't. Thank you and see you in the next video.